miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Off the option, here's Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv, and you run into a tough crowd.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Lance. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this one is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Lance on target to Samuel for a Niner first. Faking the give to Mostert. Now Lance. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. And this defense for the Colts, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Now Lance again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, It may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. A give for Taylor running right side. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The third running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, third most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. Here's McDonald to throw. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. Throwing is McDonald. Looking for Campbell downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh no! And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, heal up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a second down. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. From the gun, it's Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you, you got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Brings up second and 8 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
McDonald. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter. Obviously looking for number 2, and definitely not playing the check down game.
Third down and 8 yards.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. To the right side, this is Taylor. Trucks over him. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 51 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
First down, Indianapolis.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Back to Taylor on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head, his head coach and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Touchdown, Colts. It's complete. Paris Campbell with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it's now 14-0.
14, 49ers nothing. Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Lance a handoff here to Mostert. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
We got 3. Wait.
Off of play action, here's Lance. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You got three down.
Working from the gun. Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
McDonald sets to throw. And he'll find Hall. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Throwing on 1st down. McDonald. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation. Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And Lance's throw taken in by Samuel.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Back to throw. McDonald. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
On 1st down, McDonald. That ball caught by Campbell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On 1st and 10, McDonald. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the 49ers will take over here just shy of the 30. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Oh, he stays up, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Colts 47-yard line.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
And Lance now to throw. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On play action, Lance. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lance being chased out left. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Here's Lance to throw it. Dancing to his left. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
In 2nd and 8 at the 5-yard line.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
This is 3rd down.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. McDonald. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. If this were hindsight as 2020 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover, put your defense in a bad spot.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
they'll run with Mostert. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. after the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Marlon Mack ready to return it. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum is sort of shifting the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And they can't bring him down. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the option to give to Taylor here. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. From the gun, it's Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 84 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
First down, Colts.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Taylor's got the first down and more, and finally brought down at the 31-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, 29 yards. And the Colts could be on their way to a 5-2 start as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And now here is another interception. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, 44 yards. And the Colts are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at about the 31. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. To throw again on 2nd down, Lance. He'll get this to his running back, Benjamin. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 42. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. What did you see on that one? Rookie mistake or just good defense?
It was a combo plate, but the rookie quarterback, he'll take it all on his shoulders, and the frustration level is evident. You can see it with him. You know, if that's a veteran quarterback, he walks off like he just threw a touchdown pass because he doesn't want to show that to the defense. The young guys, they take it more to heart. It's on their sleeve a little bit. He'll learn as he goes along how to hide his emotions.
Throwing on first down. McDonald escaping the pressure right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. 120 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Blankenship's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After the made field goal, here's Blankenship again. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Mostert. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 48-yard line.
A handoff running left is Mostert. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Here's a handoff to Mostert running left. And he's got room. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Gould able to tack on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. To return it is Mack. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Ambry Thomas up to make the play defensively.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Now a give right side. It's Taylor. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards the pick up there. The Colts have a first down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Indianapolis, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they